Hi, and welcome back to the channel. Thanks for watching.
Hello, hello.
Yeah, where did we go this time?
Yeah! Where did we go? We went to Buena Park.
Yeah, Buena Park. It's close to where Disneyland is. There's Knott's Berry Farm.
Knott's Berry Farm's right there.
A whole bunch of stuff going on in Buena Park.
We were going to the Greater Orange County Record Show, and that's in Buena Park. We went Saturday, did a couple record stores, and then Sunday we went to the record show. So yeah, did a couple stores the day before.
Oh, and I found this one.
Yeah.
Have we talked about that we're a White Rabbit now?
Okay, yes, White Rabbit Records. It used to be, it's at the same location that Burger Records used to be, but totally different owners, new management. Yeah, that was a bit of an unfortunate situation, but we won't get into that.
Yeah.
But anyway, you found this McCarthy. It was down below. It's on Midnight Music. This is one of the only ones we didn't have by them, the 12-inch little EP, Get a Knife Between Your Teeth. That's from 1990.
I would have felt certain that you had had this already.
I even kind of thought
you already
we did.
have a lot of McCarthy.
Yeah, and if you don't know, did you say McCartney?
No, I did not say
Okay,
McCarthy.
good. I've been to too many concerts, but McCarthy, in case you don't know, it's Tim Gain from Stereolab, and this actually they had a couple albums before. Letitia joined, the singer from Stereolab, Letitia. So she's on this one too, and she's on the album that this came
Letitia's
from.
on this album?
Yeah.
This?
Yeah, this is a 4-song EP. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so she's also on the album that this single's from. That was really cool. All right, then if you remember a few videos ago, what was it? It was one of our first record show, couple videos ago.
The 7-inch.
We found the 7-inch of this, the Associates Message Oblique Speech. It's on Situation 2 Records, 1981. They were originally on Fiction Records. I think I mentioned again, one of the guys, Mike Dempsey, he was in The Cure at the very beginning. So yeah, they're really cool. Post-punky, kind of new wavy, weird. Great singer, different, unique voice. Definitely check them out.
And so you know how we like our punts, because we like just to keep exploring and finding new to us bands. This is
Droogs.
The Droogs.
Or
now,
the Droogs.
What was the story with them? Where are they from?
They're from LA.
They're in LA.
They were around in the 70s. They released a bunch of singles, I think like 7 inches in the 70s. This is kind of their first, it's only 4 songs, their first mini album from 83.
Yeah.
And they're just garage rock. They're definitely Nuggets inspired garage rock. I mean, I get to the point where like, how many more do we need? But then if they're good and they have like their own spin, these guys were good. Yeah. I remember seeing this record around a lot in LA in the 80s.
And we've probably
seen it too.
Flicked past it a bunch of times. So yeah, this is a whole new rabbit hole for us to go down.
You find one and
then you find another.
You find another one, and they both are cheap enough, and they're not like, it's not terrible. They're not perfect condition, but the records look really good. This was their actual first album, their next one. That was 83, this is 84, a full album. So,
yeah, so we'll be keeping our eyes out for more Droogs as
they were good.
Go around the place.
We found this one, I Want to Be You. This was a Record Store Day 7-inch only from 2020. Yeah, he had a couple still sealed. I missed that one at the time. It was a UK only, so I don't know. It just wasn't. I just didn't go hunt for it, and I kind of forgot about it. We got this couple 7-inches, REM Bang and Blame promo, or
it was a jukebox copy.
It's got the jukebox like the strip there. And it was a couple bucks. I'm like, of course I'm gonna get it. Another band that we collect, so I love REM. Gonna get that for sure. This one's cool. Watching the Detectives.
Oh, where's this one from? Belgium?
This is a Belgian one. And we already have one Belgian one, and it's yellow vinyl.
Oh, yeah, bright
yellow. And then
yellow.
we saw this one. I'm like, what the?
It's like marbled
Marbly yellow and brown. So
that's pretty cool.
We collect him as well. So.
Yeah, we like Elvis Costello.
You're gonna have the same. Yeah, okay. And then we found 2 Divine Comedy 7-inches.
Oh yeah, you don't see Divine Comedy stuff around at all.
These are from 2004, both from the Absent Friends album. This one's Absent Friends, Come Home Billy Bird. Love them. So if you like, check them out. If you like, very influenced by Scott Walker, that kind of voice, theatrical singing and music. And,
yeah.
Oh yeah, from the 90s. They even had a bit of a Brit. They were in the Britpop era, but I wouldn't necessarily call them.
No, I wouldn't call them.
Some of their stuff could be a little.
Yeah.
But not. Yeah. This album in particular.
Absent
if you've
Friends
never
is
checked them
amazing.
out, this is a very orchestral album, and it's so good. Just so good. And they have one song in there called The Happy Goth.
Oh yeah.
So he's a little, got a bit of a sense of humor too. But yeah, they're a phenomenal band. Definitely highly recommend checking out the Divine Comedy.
So then we went to Radiation Records. They're in Fullerton as well.
Oh no, they're in Anaheim.
Are they Anaheim?
Yes, remember we had to get on the 91.
Okay,
Yeah.
And they are predominantly a punk store. So if you're into
Like any kind of punk.
all genres of punk, that's your store, and it is jam packed. And you can tell it's the punk community hub, because you see people in there just getting together and having conversations.
Oh yeah, we were shopping and they were just chatting for hours.
And it is just one of those community hubs that record stores used to always be, and
They all,
yeah, this one definitely is for the punk community in that region. And it is an amazing store.
Yeah, really good store. It's probably, we're not into like all the kind of punk. We like more the...
We're probably punk light.
Yeah, we like the first wave British stuff. And then, of course, the US, like, CBGBs, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But this store is phenomenal. They also had a great section for us, too. There's a whole back on this back wall or side wall. It's all punk, or not punk, it's new wave, post-punk, goth.
Yeah,
and it's a great, so I'm like, okay, this is the section for... We look at some of the punk stuff, too, of course, but...
Yeah.
And if you like 7 inches too, holy moly.
Oh my gosh, they have.
It's over. And then at the front,
bins and bins.
They have like 4 huge bins of like the high end 7 inches, and at the front they have all the high end like records too are in bins up at the front, and it's overwhelming. Well, we didn't get any footage of any of these stores, unfortunately.
But it is jam packed.
Yeah, you got to check it out if you're in that area and you like that kind of stuff. Yeah, you don't have to just like punk.
No, because you're going to see what we got there, and it is not what you would expect.
Some of it.
Yes.
But yeah, all right, there's a lot, so let's go through this. All right, first one.
Oh, yeah.
And they do a lot of trips to Japan, too. So they come back every so often, like 3 or 4 times a year, maybe. They do these big events out in front of the store, and he was talking about that.
Lot. So they've got one coming up, but yeah.
All right, so Ultravox, Rage in Eden.
Japanese with the obi.
That's from 1983. Again, we're getting into a bit of the mid-year stuff if you've watched a couple of the videos.
Yeah.
We love our early Ultravox with John Fox, but we've lately, in the last year or so, we've really been getting into the mid-year era, and it's way better than I'd ever given it credit for.
I know, I kept saying that.
I don't know why.
Vienna
she was a little bit like...
one of my favorite songs. I love Vienna.
You liked it, and I was like, whatever, but I like them now. I haven't heard this one. But this whole weekend was a bit of a mid-year. You'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's pretty cool.
And back in the Japanese section again.
That's pretty much all, yeah.
Yeah, this is Human League's Hysteria. Speaking of having multiple copies of one
Lord.
album, what is this?
This is the third
number 3 of this album.
And I get, all the time, I get grief for having, I wanted looking at Roxy Music, I wanted like the debut album, I want another copy or something. She's like, don't you already have like 1 million copies? I have 2 copies of that original. We have 2 copies of the first Roxy Music, but that's like become the joke.
And it's not that I disapprove of
but it's like, and now she's got 3 of these. I'm like, we need another copy of this, but I mean, it's got the insert
with the obi.
I can't. And I don't know what it is about Japanese stuff.
It's
kind of like kryptonite for record collectors.
It really is. And speaking of Japanese,
it's all Japanese so far.
Yeah.
I know. Again. Okay, whatever. Gene Loves Jezebel, Promise, their first album. Really cool. And speaking of multiple copies again, this one we've already got 2 copies of.
So this is our third copy?
This is our third copy. And I mean, as much as I really do like this early Gene Loves Jezebel, I never thought I needed 3 copies. But we have the original UK, we have the original US with different, if you could see this lettering up here, Gene Loves Jezebel, it's kind of dark. It's gray. It kind of blends in with right? You can almost
that is.
So for
really
the US market, they made that like a orangey, kind of brighter, so you can tell who it is. But yeah, so we got 3 copies. I could probably sell that one. I don't need 3 copies. Yeah. I could probably sell the other. This is just, I mean, I don't know, Japanese with the obi, and they look good. And they almost always they come in the nice polyline sleeve. And they just always look good, and I don't know, and they come with the inserts. I Japan stuff is just too cool. Speaking of Japanese and Major.
Oh yeah, this
you said it was a Major weekend.
This one's a Nobi. Japanese.
This is the Nobi with we're missing the Obi, but it's the Japanese press.
Yeah, this is rich kids are a little bit of a super group, so
1978.
Yeah, 1978. So you have Glenn Matlock from the Pistols.
Sex
Pistols, yes. Major from Ultravox.
Not yet.
Oh, he's not in Ultravox yet.
Well, this is 78.
Yeah, that's true. Well, who would go on to be the singer for Ultravox.
Exactly, a couple years later, yeah.
Yeah, so, and it's produced by Mick Ronson.
Yeah, that's a big selling. I saw that when I was logging it. I'm like, oh, that's good.
Yeah, so...
have you heard this?
I have not listened to that.
We have a couple singles.
Yeah.
But I've never heard the album.
Yeah, so Mick Ronson, as you know, he was the guitarist for David Bowie during the Ziggy, and what albums was Mick on?
Man Who Sold the World, Hunky Dory, Ziggy, Aladdin Sane, and what was the last? The covers one.
Oh, Pinups.
Those, and then it was bad. He kicked him out. But yeah.
Well,
anyway,
he went and produced Slaughter on Fifth Avenue. Yeah.
Anyway, that's a bit of a punkish super group. We've only got a couple singles, 7 inches, but again, Japanese without the Obi, but it was cheap enough, and
it was
look at the condition.
It was really good condition, so that was a good pickup.
This one might look familiar. All right, this is we have 2 copies of this.
No, I know.
Actually, no. This is our 3rd copy of this one.
That is our.
Oh man, we're another trilogy. We got 3 threes in a row here almost.
Oh my gosh.
All right, so The Church is one of our absolute favorite bands.
Yes.
So this is the original first UK press with the blue cover. That is the original Australian with the pink cover.
And is that mine that I bought from back home?
Yes.
When I moved?
The only copy I had was, we have another blue copy, which these blue copies are harder to find, I think. I had an original German blue copy.
Oh, wow.
So that was the only copy I could find here in the States at the time. I never found that. I got that in the 80s, but I'm like, this one is like, oh, it's just the UK.
Yeah,
it's just a little, the German one, it's a little, this just seems a little like harder stock. The German one had like writing on the top here, the label, I don't know, it's just different.
Yeah.
A bit more glossy, a bit more flimsy.
Seance is such a classic album.
Yeah, it does have the heavy gated drums that a lot of people talk about.
Well, yeah,
but I mean,
drums, yeah.
It's part of the charm of it. At this point, it's a great album.
It is such a great album.
Yeah, so again, and it's The Church, one of our favorites. That one we're going to get another, but that's another 3rd. Oh man, 3 copies. We can, not even just 2. We can't help ourselves.
You just can't. There's just some things you just got to pick up.
Okay, this seems to be the section of... This is the collector scum section. We will play all of these too, I promise. We will play all, even our 2nd and 3rd copies, we will play them.
But how many copies do we have of this one?
This is our 3rd!
That's our 3rd copy as well?
We have an original UK. We have original UK. We have an original, I think it's a 2nd press UK. It was a reissue on Big Beat on blue vinyl.
Oh.
So it was a colored vinyl variant, which of course I'm going to buy that. But this is the Spanish version. And I don't know if you can tell.
Oh, but that's a high
gloss cover. Like the other ones, the UK and the both UKs that we have already, those are just a matte sleeve. And I don't know if you noticed this. I love this kind of stuff. But it's
the pinched edges.
It's got the pinched corners, and the spine's normal, but the pinched corners. I love it.
Yeah.
And this has got This has got, instead of a full inner sleeve, it's the same inner sleeve, but it's just got the insert. And there you go, at the back there, and that they teach you how to play Smash It Up. That's pretty cool. I don't really like this album very much, but no, this is probably, if I had to, like, gun to my head, I'm probably picking this album as my favorite Damned album. Just so good. So 3, that's another 3.
Oh my god.
That's kind of crazy.
Everything comes in 3s.
All the good stuff. Now hopefully we're past the collector scum portion of the video, but and just as we were looking for this at the Buena Park Record Show, like 3 months ago, we got the first album by these guys, which was sealed. And then as we were looking...
Yeah, just as I started digging in this bin, you're like, I bet you'll find a Gun Club.
I'm like, you got the G section there. You might find, maybe we'll find the Gun Club finally. This is our second album, Miami. And if you can see the little gold stamp promo. Yeah, these are hard to come by in person.
This is a beautiful copy.
It's a nice copy.
Yeah.
Original first press on the red label. Yeah. Pretty cool.
So yeah,
I mean,
I had to
definitely couldn't
this.
pass that one up.
Yeah.
I mean,
might have paid up a little bit for this one, but again, it's not one that you see very often. And so when you see it, well, actually, I don't know.
I haven't seen this one anywhere on a wall for years. I would say.
Yes.
I mean, it's
so it's one of those sought after albums. So when you
and again, one of those where they're rare and expensive enough. I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't like buying that stuff online.
No.
Not when it's expensive. Sorry, did I cut you off a little?
Maybe. Yeah.
Do you finish that thought?
No, it's done.
It's gone now? All right.
Yeah.
That happens. Wait a minute. We gotta back it up to the collector scum portion again. This one, oh man. This was really pricey. I gotta be honest, but Japanese Boy with a Thorn in His Side. This we do not have 3. We have an original UK of this. But oh man, this has got. If you can see on the bottom, it's got Oscillate Wildly as in bonus track. So it's 4 songs instead of the regular, just the 3 songs on the UK. It's got insert.
That's pretty
lyrics
nice.
And I mean, come on. I can't Japanese. God, it's kryptonite. I really can't. And that was just like, because they don't have a lot of Japanese singles. Not every Smith single has a I mean, there's a few other ones, but I don't know. I've never seen them in person.
It's hard to pass up any Smith
I couldn't
stuff.
pass up that. I know. I don't care. Even if Morrissey's a jerk at this point, whatever. This is the Smith. That's still my. You're not taking that away from me.
You can't take the Smiths away.
No way. I still like Morrissey solo too, or whatever. You can't agree with everybody on everything.
No, exactly.
Okay, so that was the 12 inches from Radiation.
Yeah.
But again, 7-inch section. If you like your 7-inch singles like
oh my
we
god,
do,
they
moly.
have a huge 7-inch section.
It's like, yeah, you go. Oh, it's too much.
It's just
you go around the corner and then around the corner again and then this side and then again the front they have high end and it's jam. I mean,
and
it's
they
a little jammy.
A little bin of post punk new.
Oh yeah, we found a couple there. They're kind of.
They
got stuff everywhere.
They do.
Again,
it is a jam packed store.
All right, we'll try to go through these a little quick. So here we've shown a couple Barracudas lately.
Oh, we love our Barracudas.
This is from 1982. That's a really cool one.
Yeah. That was great to find.
Yeah, gotta love the Barracudas. Oh,
Scientist from Australia. This one's on Go-Go, right?
Go-Go, yeah. 1985.
So, yeah, that was great to find an original Scientist record.
That's more garage. It's kind of similar to garage rock stuff. And then we got into some. Here's a little punky stuff.
Punk adverts.
Oh, the adverts, Safety in Numbers. That is so good. That's 1977 OG kind of UK punk stuff, but good melodic kind of punk stuff. Like I don't know, like the Damned. It's not like necessarily shouty kind of punk, but it's good. If you like stuff like the Damned or more melodic-y kind of punk, they're really good.
Yeah, they are. They're amazing.
This next one, this was really cool too. This was up in their high-end section, Salvation Army.
Yeah, we had to look twice at this one because
It
it's like,
seem like
really, is that the Salvation Army?
Yeah.
Who became the 3 o'clock?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it was talked about this is from 1981, New Alliance Records. It was like Ricky Starr was the writer and the singer, but it's like Michael Quirico is the singer of this band and the 3 o'clock as well. He went by a different name here, so it just didn't seem.
It didn't seem right.
I didn't know the band members
and
enough.
And they sort of put it back a little for a minute, and then we're like, oh, let's go back and have a look at that again.
And it was this, and you're like, no, this is them, yeah.
It is, yeah.
This is a really
pulled it up on Discogs, and I'm like, no, this is legit.
This is like early Paisley Underground.
Yes.
Jangle psychedelic pop stuff. Really, this is really cool. And right now, only one person on Discogs has this for sale. It doesn't. And they're an LA band, but this does not come up around here. This is awesome. Like that was a good find. That was in their high end, I guess.
Yeah. And again, this is really digging into the 7 inches at a pretty heavy punk.
Yeah, exactly. They're not snobbish about, if you like some new wave stuff, they're still going to treat you well,
Yeah.
Next up, this is kind of punk, I guess. Subway Sect on Rough Trade. This is from 1978. Ambition. This is a great song, great single. Let's see the label.
Oh yeah, this was a
Vic Goddard.
Good find.
You don't see their stuff.
No, you rarely see their stuff around.
And this is maybe my favorite song by them. They're punk at the very beginning. They had like 3 or 4 singles only that were kind of punk. And then their first album was almost like, I don't even know what you call it, not rockabilly, but they changed, totally changed. And then him solo, Vic Goddard, he's really good. But these first early singles are really cool. So
we found a couple of Stiff Little Fingers 7-inches as well, Irish punk band from late 70s, early 80s. What were these again? This is from 1980. And this is back to front, so you can see it's sort of they printed it all back to front. Yeah, that's the front, but yeah. Yeah. So this was a cool pickup, and then also picked up Talk Back. Stiff Little Fingers, this is from 82. 82? Yeah. So back to front and talk back. And talk back. So yeah, 2 Stiff Little Fingers, 7-inches. That was really cool to find. You don't see their stuff around a ton either. Not a ton either, no. Yeah. And then we found, kind of looking at this, I kind of forgot, they're called the Expolaires. I think I was just reading in this book about them. We have one other 7-inch by these guys. This is on Rockberg Records from like 1980. Yeah, you can see the pretty cool label. They have one other single on Zoo Records from like 78. Zoo Records is home to like, early Teardrop Explodes and Echo and the Bunnymen, so it's got that, there very much has that kind of because when you first heard them, you're like, oh wow, this is the long lost Teardrops. Yeah, that first one on Zoo, and I'm like, okay, and then I was looking at it, like it's Craig Adams, the bass player from Sisters of Mercy and then The Mission. So I'm like, whoa, and then I kind of forgot this is their only other single they have. So they have 2 singles, that's their whole discography. So yeah, this is their second one. Didn't even really know they had a second one. 1980. So I haven't heard that one, but I bet it's pretty similar. Hopefully it's good. And then talking back about Japanese stuff, not about his cheap trick. Who's? Cheap. And in a punk store. This is a punk store. So, I mean, this is Dream Police, Japanese. That's a classic. I mean, Dream Police is such a classic. That's classic power pop. Yeah. I mean, the early Cheap Trick are just amazing. Yeah, it's good. They're good. And that's and a different. Maybe we'll show unique Japanese sleeve too, which I love. They always, a lot of times do that for their 7-inches. They have unique sleeves over there. Yeah, so that was just a great little pickup there. All right, last but not least, this might seem kind of funny. Dead or Alive. Yes, it is the same. You Spin Me Around Like a Record. Yeah, Dead or Alive. Burns, Dead or Alive. But this is from 1980. It's produced by Ian Broody. They were hanging out at the Eric's Club in Liverpool with the Teardrops and with the Bunnymen, and so this is their very first single, and it's worth a bit of money. We paid about half of what it's worth, honestly. It was a very fair deal. Nice gatefold, fold out, whatever. And this sounds like I said we hadn't heard it. And I'm like, I knew Wayne Hussey, speaking of that other band, Craig Adams from The Mission, Sisters of Mercy. Yeah. Wayne Hussey joined Dead or Alive after this single. And he was there for like 3 or 4 singles, and then he left and went on to the Sisters. But this is very much, it's like the long lost Teardrop Explode single. We sampled it, and I'm like, oh wow, this is really good. Like, nothing like what they became. Yeah. And really cool. It's like, Jim Morrison's almost like, he doesn't even sound like, it's guitar, it's psychedelic, post-punk. It's cool. If you like Teardrop Explodes, at least go check this out. You probably won't find it too often, but if you ever listen to it on YouTube or something, you'd be surprised. So this is their first ever single? Very, very first single, yeah. Couple stores there, that was fun. That was some really heavy hitters that we picked up there. We found some really cool stuff there, yeah. Great Japanese stuff, lots of Japanese stuff. And a lot of this punk stuff. At the punk store we got, this was not even. They have all kinds of good stuff. But if you're ever in the area, just definitely in Anaheim, go to Radiation. You got to check them out. Yeah, and everybody there was just super. Oh yeah, they're super sweet. Everyone's really nice, very accommodating, and they were moving stuff. Oh, you want to check this out? Oh, let me get this out for you. Yeah. He was even taking stuff out. Oh, I don't know if you guys know about this one. Let me show you this. I'm like, they were really cool. And it just had such a really nice community feel. Yeah. They were really nice. They even treated a bunch of old geezers like us nicely. They did. They did. See you next time. Thanks so much. Happy digging. Thanks.
you.